accepting life within momentum to undo the strong powerlessness pattern of feeling overwhelmed in the making choices and through the motion without becoming tired in this process. It's not that easy to go through all these stress factors and make a go of it. Sometimes we bite more off than that we can chew, and when we go through it again, it takes, you know, we can dream big, that's all right, but also it's the process and the little steps that meet us there to make it happen, to make it real. And along the way, there's going to be takes and other takes and mistakes, and until we see every little nook and cranny that might have been our blind spots, and then it happens. Our dreams come true. The key ingredient is determination, the tenacity to make it happen. Not just think about it, not just feel it, but actually take the steps. And it's not just one big step, because there's a gap in between the steps, so we have to make sure that all the little details. For instance, in this package that is supposed to be 319 video segments, in the very beginning, it was day 18, and it was part 1 of 2 rather than 2, because on day 18, what had happened was I got interrupted and I had to stop and film again. I had a park ranger for the provincial park gave me a fine, and I had to stop what I was doing right there and then. And so now we get a bonus segment video that is actually 320 videos we'll be doing, unless something else happens to come along and kind of interrupt the momentum. And so as we go along, you never know. We just have to go with it. And we'll say, no, it's got to be this way. Sometimes it can't just be that way. So there's always resolutions. There's always some other way around it, or some other channel within, there's so many vortexes. It's not just a gate. There's a lot of pulls and pushes, and in order to get things done, you see? And so we have to accept a few things, and this is how we end up with a bonus of video, 320 videos you're going to get in this package when it's all said and done, in speculation that nothing else will interrupt or interfere or get overwhelmed and be overlooked in such a way that from now on I'm going to be, instead, to clear any further confusions, instead of saying video, I will be saying lesson 186, for example, instead of saying video 186. And so the previous videos, let's say 214th, I would be saying video 187, and everybody will be like, well, wait a minute, is there one missed, or is there one skipped? So from now on, I'm going to be just saying lesson 186. And with that said, let's take a few deep breaths in, and our focus, to not be distracted in a way where we lose our mission and the intention and the agenda that was in a seedling thought, as an idea, as a dream, in making it happen. We must not lose the vision. That's another important factor in making, creating, and manifesting your reality. Not to lose your eyes on the prize. For another thing is your vision, your faith. Be strong and you'll succeed. And so you can opt to have your eyes closed or open. Take a few deep breaths in. And out. And just allow the sinking into your heart space center and feel yourself coming home. In this place that you feel safe enough to trust and surrender. And just let go of all the things that try to pull you out. And this is how we learn to focus and be mindful from all and any distraction that might to activate us in a way where we react. And so be it, feel your breath becoming deeper as you inhale, and like a big relief when you inhale, you feel it, and then release it and breathe in through your nose again and out. And the activation, confirmation, affirmation, I want to hear you say it with me out loud. I am a legend, not a slave. 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 The aim becomes clear when taking life casually, in the knowing of having plenty of time. The ability to get things done become more aligned with ease and will most definitely allow them to be done. This is the ground base of reality. If we rush in knowing that, oh no, there's other people gonna take this from you and get it done because there's more of them than there is of you, and well, you do, you can, and the outline of it, and claim it and own it like I did with this novel, and slowly work the kinks out in a creative way that I had no idea this would have been the next step to follow in the way of clearing out all the things that needed editing, for example, and bringing it into completion in the sense that it makes more sense to the reader, and how we do it on an audio-visual level in this workshop package of 320 videos that I will post eventually on my blog, and as it all slowly comes together, because there is no rush, perhaps even a website. This time I need more infusion of this thing called money to get it going faster. But at the same time, that's exactly what it is. This space, this divider that says from here to here in linear concept, that I must get this done. And in all reality, something that was to take 1 year, perhaps it took in the making to actually claim it as this novel. It took from 2016, 17, perhaps 2017 was it? 3 years about to actually claim it as a novel, and now going on another 3 years to actually clear it in a way that it's being done step by step in this way. And so I'm glad that you are joining me here today, and ironing out all the many wrinkles that have yet to be experienced or have been experienced in this way, perhaps in your life too. And as we go through this, to share from mine experience to your experience, and see how we can make it happen. See how we can work together to ascend and be guided, and through these workshops, through these samples, that we may be able to become more mindful in this way, at the very least. Higher consciousness is not a product of the brain, nor its body. In the case the body and mind become worn out, the self can take its consciousness from it and pick up another. With the brain of the self mapped out in this way to higher consciousness, can be for it the greatest luxury of territory in life to have. And so, as I read on today, is excerpts 560 and 561 out of the unchanging 852 pages that it shows. However, there's only 850. But for the purpose of publishing this book, it had to be 852. And so, as we continue on today, the leader, by understanding the many systems, the respect is clear to support with the self distinct mission and to hold its truth within integrity. How you within yourself can recognize your leadership as a responsible entity and claim your sovereignty, this light of awareness, and strengthen your faith so that you may be able to create your world and have it reflect all around you as reality. Once everything is cleared away, this is your world. This is our world in any way, shape, or form that we desire to create and magically manifest. take a moment first thing when you start your day to set the intentions to focus on throughout this day, and then during the evening, do the same for the next day. The body can evolve, as can the mind, to some degree, to different states of consciousness, and will depend on the level of its dogma to believe as an uncomfortable persuasion. By understanding the map, the self can to some extent find it useful in understanding consciousness, but it is only a tool to help it get there. The self, however, is not bound by its occlusions, and it has choice to go join the numbers to group in strength or not. I am legend, not a slave. I am legend, not a slave. I am a legend, not a slave. And say this, and hear yourself. Think it. Throughout the day, really feel it. What does this mean? I am a legend, not a slave. How do you feel when you say it? How do you... Is it something that you feel discouraged of what others might think when you're saying it? Or is it something that you feel discouraged within yourself that needs to be brought to the surface to work through, of perhaps feeling not good enough or inadequate, that you come to the conclusion of feeling the discomfort when you say these words out loud? I am a legend, not a slave. Philosophy and science, too, are collective agreements to a system of thought for those who are embedded, because it can only be made applicable from a consent to choose it. For this reality is formed, and for those who wish it can become deeply one with its purpose. It can adjust the level of self-worth and confidence from the outside to conveniently support and strengthen as well. This can also subject the self to object split into the objective, observation, and when the subject of experience is different from its own. So, in this case, the outside grouping of tribe or team can help in a way of support and strength, or this instead can also subject the self to object split into the objective observation, and when the subject of experience is different from its own. Nevertheless, the reality of artificial is in separation, and then ultimately discover that oneness from self never left the many in this field of connective universe. These systems can be very useful to form a factual reality based on the collective opinion, yet it has always originated from form from the self thought of consciousness. So I'll say it again. It's a play on words. These systems can be very useful to form to this physical body, to any form that we can touch and interpret with all our senses as being solid and as real, okay? So these systems can be very useful to form a factual reality based on the collective opinion. Yet it has always originated from the self-thought of consciousness. The self can choose to support or modify in the field with these models of reality. So this holographic field keeps morphing all the time. A morphogenic field, rather. And it changes with the way we see it through our filters from our senses. And be, in this way, selective that you may discern to support or modify in the field with these models of reality that which is better suited for you, that feels the best in alignment, that is preferred for your own safety and health and wealth. So be the legend and that of the self-existing reality, in that the experience is a fruition from its own discernment to abide by and recreate for its perception-based pattern of perspectives. And the purpose of today is to live the dream within awakened state, to set out with own intentions and become the leader, not the slave. A rule is in the ruler, its class but only a matter of perspective, and the game that linear given consent to play in and create within creation, and from which it is creator of. So today, throughout the day, I will leave you with this, to really feel it and what it means to slowly come back home within your light as sovereign. Take ownership, responsibility, and claim your leadership. I am a legend, not a slave. I am a legend, not a slave. I am a legend, not a slave. And as you slowly start to come around now, you can blink your eyes open and know that the dream that is in the awakened state is the same as when you go to sleep and you're dreaming and you're clearing out all these things, and then you're able to create from that subconscious level when it's cleared. And the same goes with your awareness state of what it is that you're actually dreaming. This is more of an electrical thought, and when you go to sleep it becomes more of a magnetic attracted feeling interpretation, so that the only thing that you can remember is if you feel something really intense and you wake up and you remember it. And so that reality and this reality are both becoming slowly intertwined as one, where there is no more membrane that separates the dream state from the awake state, like a dream within a dream. And you become connected, aligned, synchronized, and synergistically everything falls into place. And just remember, I am a legend, not a slave. I am a legend, not a slave. I am a legend, not a slave.